Alright y'all, Friday, June 5th, here we are out on the farm after some nice little heat the last few days, and now it's cooling off. So here's the rundown of the things we need to work on for the next week coming through. So you can see our front edges are pretty open, and so we did, I saw you did a good harvest of the onions that were here, and now it's time to get these beds ready. So we basically have this bed is empty all the way down to the beans right there. If we can broad fork the soil and add compost, pull these leeks, broad fork and compost till we get to the peppers, and broad fork and compost all the way till we get to this post. Now from the other side of this post down to the zucchini, this little section is potatoes. They're not doing so hot, but we may just end up pulling those. I'm gonna take a look. But the plan to go here is we're going to go okra right here, and we're going to finish the zucchini. I'm going to finish this trellis. Hopefully we have enough pieces at least to do where we've already planted. So you can see we've planted till about here. From where the plants end, the work that needs to happen is compost. We need to compost all the way down here. So we're going to go compost, and broad fork, pull these leeks, broad fork and compost, and broad fork and compost. So the order is always first, pull out the weeds, second, broad fork, and third, add compost and rake it smooth. That's a good amount of work right there. That's 4 beds, 25 feet about each bed, so that's gonna be enough work. And then we have this one right here. I basically came, and you see the little tray, I planted a little chunk of leeks right there, but this whole section's empty. So that's another weed, broad fork, and compost. It's pretty basic work, pretty steady work, pretty fun work. Get a little sweat on. And then I'm gonna come through here today. I was thinking, I kept kicking myself every time I'd leave that I should have opened this and let it air out a little bit, because that heat really affected some of these lettuces. Most of them are looking really good. We just got a couple that couldn't deal with the heat. They started to bolt, but for the most part, they're heading up nice. And it's time to start pulling these. I'd rather get them out a little early than wait till they get like this, right? So you can see the difference. This one's pretty perfect. That one's past its prime. So I've just been pulling the ones that are no good, and we can feed those to the chickens. And then I'm gonna come through and add some broccoli to the CSA, add some greens, and add some zucchini. So those are the big things. I'd really like to get those beds prepped and ready. And then also these beans, which I thought were bush beans when I bought them. Looks like they're climbers. We're gonna work on getting a trellis for those. And then the work today is trying to set up this trellis as much as I have the material. So final thing out here on the top of the pepper bed, you see the weeds are starting to come through, and come through with your hands. Pretty easy at this point. They're little, and you just pull them out. It's not so hard. It looks like the soil's nice and wet. Max gave a good watering yesterday, and there it is. So get those weeds. All right, look at pinto beans already starting to flower. Woohoo! Here it comes. Just planted this section right here with some yard long and some purple pod beans. So those would be snap beans, green beans. So we'll have a nice selection, especially for that CSA. All right then, hey.